High school in a nutshell. So my high school experience was, I want to say typical. I'm only here to talk about the fine points in my life. Freshman year, I'm like a little baby. I forget what joke was said. So with one joke, I started to get along with Riley Funk. She was my best friend for 3 years. I also met Kyle Lookout. He was a nice guy, he was definitely my first love. But the type of respect and caring he had for me was sort of just a freshman thing. And we were so young that being together forever sounded like it could work. He was definitely my first love. That year I also had drama. I think that class, having it freshman year, made me the most outgoing I ever was. I literally had to get on stage and just do it, even if I didn't know what I was doing. In fact, I didn't know what I was doing on the final. I just made it up as I went. It wasn't that bad, actually. I had Mr. Wallace as a science teacher. He threw a chair across the room. I have some good memories of that. All through sophomore year, I was kind of just into Kyle. I didn't really have anything or anyone else. And then winter rolled around and we broke up. And it was sad. And then I met Nick Haley. We never had a relationship, but I think he was one of the most influential guys I've ever dated. He was older, so he knew that it couldn't last forever. And he sort of made me realize that. I never felt like this is so sad that it's ended. It was good. Junior year was about the time I started getting over Kyle, and it was nice. And I liked Nick Haley still, but he was gone. So I met Cassandra Castorita, and I did cross country with her. She is one of my best friends. It was with her that I realized that I don't need anyone to make me happy. And then Gabe Ramos showed up. But he liked me, and that was new. That was different. And we started dating. And then about a month into us dating, we got in a relationship, and I kept telling him that I didn't want to fall in love. We had ups and downs like fucking roller coaster. But I think you find people that you would rather fight with all the time than not talk to at all. He had this very, very suave way. He was very good at telling me he loved me without actually saying it. He made it possible that if he ever left, he didn't have to tell anyone that he had felt that way about me. And that's what happened. I decided that I should trust him. And I started to fall in love with him. And he was really becoming important to me. And then we spent all weekend together. And then that Monday, he cheated on me with his ex-girlfriend. There's something wrong with the person who does that to someone who cares about them. It's not you. And I really believe that now. At the time, I constantly blamed myself, and so did he. He blamed me. For the rest of my junior year, from spring break on, was dealing with how suddenly I was so happy, and then I just had this tragedy strike. I tried to kill myself. It still pains me to know that he knew what was going on. All he had to do was say, "Don't kill yourself, Silver." And I wouldn't have tried. And he didn't. It was actually Shelby Sword who stopped me. She is still one of my best friends. She saved my life. So senior year, over the summer, Riley Funk decided she didn't want to be my friend anymore. And that's fine. Can't take back the past. And it was sad because I witnessed firsthand Gabe falling for someone else. And I had known there had been other girls, but I had never seen it. Seeing him walk around with her daily, it really made me realize how insignificant our relationship was to him. And I dropped out of art because he was in there. And I almost dropped out of yearbook. In the long run, I now am taking ASB instead of art. And it's made me so social. It's made me so happy. I have new friends. And I'm happy. It took me a long time to be happy, but I am happy. For spring break, Gabe starts talking to me again. It's just this pattern that he has where he comes into my life and he fucks everything up. And he told me I had a shot and I didn't. He told me he was giving me a chance and he wasn't. And that's the worst thing you could do to a person. I'm kind of mad that he did that. And those feelings that I thought had died away are coming back. Perpetual circle of I hate you, but will you kiss me? Which of course he won't. Now I know that I can be just as happy with who I am without him. And that I don't need him. I don't have to worry about being sad. I have friends to hold me up. It sucks that it didn't work out. But I'm gonna graduate from Stockdale. I'm going into cinema at San Francisco State. And I have a life ahead of me. That's all I've got to say on that subject right there. Thank you.